Have you ever wondered why the sweetest, most supportive person in the room might still feel invisible to romance? Or why you're drawn to someone who seems completely out of reach? It sounds counterintuitive. Being kind and available should be a winning strategy. Yet psychologists suggest attraction is driven by hidden forces we don't always see. Experts like David Buss and Helen Fisher have studied mate choice and uncovered surprising truths. My friend Jake is the stereotypical nice guy. He holds doors, remembers every detail about someone's favorite coffee, and always listens to problems. And yet, he's often the last one standing at the singles table. Meanwhile, his friend Max, who teases people and plays it cool, never seems to have trouble getting dates. These examples happen all the time, and they can leave kind people scratching their heads. 1. The curse of being too nice. Being genuinely kind should be attractive, but it's not always enough. If someone is too self-sacrificing, it can signal a lack of confidence or passion. People who are overly agreeable may even come across as less exciting. Attraction isn't just about kindness, it also involves signals like independence and leadership. If you always put someone else's needs first and never assert yourself, it can backfire. Imagine Jake on a first date. He remembers every detail about her life and agrees with everything she says. She might appreciate it, but if he never shares his own opinions or stands his ground, the evening can feel flat. One friend told me, "When I date a guy who's always too nice, I kind of get bored. There's no excitement or challenge." The takeaway is simple. Be kind, but also show your passions and boundaries. Confidence plus kindness can actually make you irresistible. 2. The power of mystery. Why does someone playing a bit hard to get make you more interested, not less? It's not just a game, it's basic psychology. One idea is scarcity. Things that seem less available feel more valuable. If a person doesn't always rush to reply or seems a little mysterious, our brains can't help but fill in the blanks. Researchers note that uncertainty in new love triggers dopamine surges, the same brain chemistry behind excitement. Picture Emma, who has been texting James constantly, but he seems distant or busy. At first, she's annoyed he didn't reply, but a few days later, she finds herself daydreaming about him and imagining what he's doing. Suddenly, James feels like an intriguing puzzle worth solving. He wasn't playing games. He just had a life of his own. The healthy takeaway? You don't have to play dumb to be mysterious. Instead, focus on your own life. Pursue your hobbies, goals, and interests. When you genuinely have passions, a bit of mystery follows naturally. 3. Chasing the forbidden. Here's a surprising truth. People often want what they can't have. When something feels off-limits or hard to get, our desire for it can actually increase. Notice how someone already in a relationship or who's too popular can suddenly seem more attractive. It's not vanity, it's psychology. If a person is unavailable, our mind assumes they must have something special. Evolutionary psychologist David Buss notes that exclusivity can signal high mate value. Imagine Mia has 2 coworkers asking her out. One is super available and always friendly. The other is already in a relationship and rarely flirts back. Oddly, Mia finds herself fantasizing about the taken guy. Part of her brain thinks, if he's already chosen by someone else, he must be special. The lesson isn't that you should chase someone who's unavailable. Rather, recognize this pattern in yourself. If you feel a crush on someone you can't have, pause and ask why. It might mean you're craving a challenge. Instead, focus on people who appreciate you and are available. 4. The cheating paradox. Finally, let's talk about a hard one. Infidelity. It's taboo, but it happens more often than you might think. Research shows many people in long-term relationships admit being attracted to someone else at some point. Why? Usually it's not about hating your partner. It can be about seeking novelty or feeling emotionally neglected. Neuroscientist Helen Fisher found that the brain in new love mode lights up intensely, even if you're already committed. In other words, our brains can get a real thrill from something new. Consider Jack and Ella, who have been together for years. Lately, Ella feels a bit bored and unappreciated at home. Then she meets Mark at a coffee shop. Someone who really listens to her and laughs at her jokes. Ella se siente culpable, pero también emocionada. It's a natural response. The key insight here is awareness. If you're in a relationship, keep communication alive and focus on fun and intimacy, so small sparks don't turn into bigger distractions. Attraction is a complex dance of biology, psychology, and social cues. We've uncovered why being too nice without confidence can backfire, why mystery and a bit of distance can create real chemistry, why forbidden people can draw our gaze, and even why committed people sometimes feel a pull elsewhere. None of this is about judging anyone. It's just the human brain seeking novelty and rewards. The bottom line? Build genuine self-confidence and a life you love. Communicate openly in your relationships, and remember, if you find yourself puzzled by attraction patterns, you're not alone. These hidden dynamics affect all of us. Which of these truths have you experienced? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the secrets of attraction, give it a like and subscribe for more. The conversation is just beginning.